Hey guys, let's cut to the chase. Ever notice how she adjusts her hair for the fifth time? Or starts playing with her drink when you're talking? Here's what most guys miss. Those little gestures aren't random. They're signs. She's nervous because she wants you to touch her. Today, I'm spilling the secrets to decoding her cues. Starting with these first 4 signs. Sign 1: adjusting her clothing or hair. Here's something most guys completely overlook. When she's into you, her body language shifts into overdrive. One of the most telling signs. She starts adjusting her clothing or hair constantly. Why? Because she's hyper-aware of how she looks in your presence. Think about this. If a woman keeps brushing her hair back, smoothing out her dress, or fiddling with her necklace, it's not just about being fidgety. It's her subconscious way of making sure she looks good, especially to you, and yeah, she might not even realize she's doing it. Let me paint you a scene. You're sitting across from her at a bar, and you notice her adjusting the straps on her top, or tucking her hair behind her ears. Again, she's not doing that for no reason. It's a way of saying, do I look okay? Are you noticing me? Here's a pro tip. If she's fixing her hair and locking eyes with you, after that's the green light. And don't overthink it. She's nervous, sure, but she's also hoping you notice how good she looks. Well, you're at it. Sign 2: shifting in her seat. Next up, watch how she moves when she's sitting near you. If she's shifting around in her seat, crossing and uncrossing her legs, or leaning forward and back, that's nervous energy and action. And it's not random, it's her body's way of saying, I'm excited and maybe even a little anxious. Let me give you an example. You're both at a cafe, she's leaning in, then sitting back, crossing her legs, and adjusting her position every few minutes. Sure, she could just be uncomfortable, but if she's locked into your conversation, it's something more. This kind of movement often has a purpose. Closing or inviting space. If she leans in, she's signaling openness and interest. But if she suddenly pulls back and shifts her posture, it could mean she's fighting nerves, because she's wondering what your next move is. And guys, here's the tell. If she leans in to speak but fidgets her hands, or bounces her leg under the table, she's trying to hold back excitement, or maybe anticipation. She's nervous, but in the best way possible. Sign 3: playing with objects. Alright, let's talk about those moments when she starts fiddling with random objects. Whether it's twirling her drink straw, rolling a ring around her finger, or even picking at a napkin. This is one of the classic signs. She's nervous around you, and it's rooted in psychology. Why? Because when people feel nervous excitement, they look for ways to redirect that energy. For her, this means keeping her hands busy to manage what she's feeling. But here's the thing. When she's playing with a bracelet or tapping her glass, she's usually doing it because she doesn't want to blurt out, I like you, what's next? Here's an insider secret most guys miss. If she starts messing with something while staring at you or laughing at your jokes, that's her way of calming herself while still staying present in the moment. Now, let's imagine you're both hanging out at a lounge. You crack a joke and she picks up her drink, stirs it for no reason, and smiles at you. Don't brush it off as her just being polite. She's nervous and she's trying to keep her cool. Your move: just stay relaxed. You noticing her gestures will only heighten her anticipation. Sign for subtle mirroring of your gestures. Now here's one most guys never notice. Subtle mirroring. If she starts reflecting your movements, like touching her face after you leaning in when you lean in, or matching your posture, it's not a coincidence. It's a powerful, nonverbal cue that she's feeling connected to you. Mirroring is one of those things we do without realizing it when we're drawn to someone. It's her way of syncing up with your energy, creating a sense of comfort and alignment. But when it's paired with nervous energy, small hesitations or shy smiles, it's her way of saying, I'm into this, but I'm also feeling vulnerable. Picture this: you're at a quiet dinner, and you notice her taking a sip of her drink. After you do, a few moments later, you rest your elbow on the table, and guess what she does too? It might seem small, but it's her subconscious way of staying connected to you physically. Here's the deal. Subtle mirroring doesn't just mean she's into you. It's also a sign she's wondering where this connection is headed. So if you notice her movement syncing with yours, take it as a silent, nervous invitation to close the gap, emotionally or physically. There you have it. The first 4 signs that she's nervous because she wants you to touch her. But trust me, the next 5 signs take it to a whole new level. These are the cues that leave zero doubt. She's begging for you to make a move. Let's keep going. You don't want to miss this sign 5. Lingering hand or shoulder touch. Ever notice how her touch lingers just a second longer than necessary? That's no accident. Women often use casual touch to test boundaries, just enough to feel your reaction, but not so much that it feels overly forward. Here's how it plays out. You're laughing at something together, and she playfully taps your shoulder. Seems innocent, right? But if her hand stays there for even a second longer, she's testing the waters for physical connection. And if she's combining this with a warm smile or prolonged eye contact, that's her version of hey. Are you noticing this pro tip? Don't overthink it if she initiates these touches. It's a signal for you to reciprocate. A light touch on her hand during a shared laugh can go a long way in building that connection. Sign 6, light blushing or quick glances. This next one is subtle but gold if you can spot it. Light blushing or fleeting glances. Blushing is one of the oldest nervous cues in the book. When someone likes you, their body literally betrays them by sending blood rushing to their face. Here's what to look for. You say something flirty and she suddenly looks down, avoiding your gaze, but as she looks away, her cheeks flush pink and she gives a little smile. That combination, nervous avoidance mixed with a warm blush, is a strong indicator she's into you. The quick glances are just as telling. If she's checking you out when she thinks you're not looking, it's because she's curious and nervous. And if you catch her sneaking a glance and she quickly looks away, she's feeling the thrill of being caught, while hoping you'll notice. Sign 7, over-explaining her babbling. You've probably seen this one before, but didn't realize its significance. When a woman is nervous because she likes you, she might start over-explaining or talking faster than usual. This is her way of filling the silence, masking her excitement. Let's say you ask her about her weekend plans. Instead of giving a simple answer like, I'm meeting friends, she goes into full detail. Oh, I'm grabbing brunch with my best friend. She's been obsessed with this new place. And they have these amazing pancakes. Have you ever had blueberry pancakes? Oh, and then we might hit the park. This kind of babbling isn't just small talk. It's her nerves coming through. She wants to keep the conversation flowing. Not because she loves pancakes, but because she's enjoying being in your company and doesn't want the moment to end. Pro tip, keep the vibe light and playful. A witty response or a curious follow-up will put her at ease and keep the connection growing. Sign 8, standing close in a crowd. Let's set the scene. You're at a party or a busy bar, and she seems to find every excuse to be close to you. She doesn't need to brush against your arm, but she does over and over again. Standing close in a crowded space is one of the easiest ways for her to gauge your interest without being too obvious. If she's constantly choosing the spot next to you, leaning in to talk, or lightly bumping into you, it's her way of saying, hey, I want to be near you. Want to test the waters. Step slightly away and see if she closes the gap again. If she does, it's game on. She's inviting you into her personal space, feels comfortable and curious about where this might lead. Sign 9, stolen glances at your hands or arms. This one's a bit sneaky, but it's incredibly telling if you catch it. Women often give subtle cues about physical contact by looking at your hands or arms. Why? Because that's where touch usually starts. Imagine you're sitting together, and as you gesture or pick up your drink, you notice her eyes darting to your hands. It's quick, but it happens more than once. She might even compliment something physical about you, saying you have nice hands, or have you been working out? These small actions signal curiosity and anticipation. She's already imagining touch. It's up to you to pick up on her cue and decide how to move forward. So there you have it, 9 signs she's nervous because she's hoping you'll make the first move. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments. Which sign have you noticed before?